City midfielder in the beIN Sports studio, sitting beside me, chewing nails, sitting nervously.
Yeah, they were.
Were you worried?
A little bit, yeah. They were a little rattled, especially after the goal in the first half, and then, they didn't really came out of the dressing room quite well in the second half. And United, they felt there was more into this game than only a 1-0 game. So, yeah, they had their chances. Unfortunately for them, the red card came in the last 15-20 minutes of the game. So they saw their hopes fading away. But I mean, overall, United, you got to give credit to United. They had the best of the game in the second half, and City, I think Pep is quite unhappy with his side today.
We've seen City play far better against better football teams. Do you think it was nerves tonight?
It could
Very
be
wasteful.
It could be nerves, but I mean, if you don't create the chances and you're 1-0 down, and especially when it's a semi-final, the nerves will kick in. And we saw that also in the second half. In the first half, we saw the pressure going forward. We saw the ball possession of City really comfortable in situation, and second half they really pushed themselves back to their own half and really defending instead of going forward. So the change that Solskjaer made as well with James coming in was a big difference for United. Gave them more pace and gave them also a more comfortable position behind Martial, because he was the only one on top. So that changed the game a little bit as well. So at the end of the day, I think United can be proud of themselves.
Nemanja Matic could have been the hero. It was his goal that won the game for United, put them 1-0 up on the night.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great strike. He did everything well in this strike. It was not easy to hit that ball clean as he did and keep that ball low as well. And it went between two players as well. So it was a great strike, great goal, and that's what you want, especially before the end of the first half, that you're gonna go 1-up at the Etihad, knowing that there's going to be big pressure on City. And
it was against the run of play, but it seemed to be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's game plan down to a T. Did it all go wrong though when he got himself sent off?
I think so, yeah. Not completely. I mean, it was still 50 minutes to play, but I mean that's the risk that you have with Matic on a yellow card already. We heard that he was already warned by the referee.
Well, you'll see here he gets the first booking 5 minutes into the second half.
Second half, yeah. That was a foul. It was a clear yellow. He stepped on his ankle. He was late to get the ball, so that was a yellow. And he got a couple.
But look, just over a minute later, another foul, and you watch the referee. I think it's Harry Maguire. He says, "Tell him one more, and he's off."
Of course, And when you hear this as a captain, you got to go to the sideline and communicate with your coach and say, like, "Listen, we got a good chance to come back in this game. Matic is already in the yellow. Get him off the pitch. As long, Also, he's been far one of the best players from United as well this game. But sometimes you have to make concessions, and you have to take this player off at this point, especially when the referee is telling the captain. So it was kind of a mistake for Solskjaer to let him go. And then did this happen 50 minutes before the end of the game? I mean, he already had the warning.
Does he need to do that? No, it's not like he's the last man.
It's unnecessary. It's an unnecessary foul. I think he thought in the back of his mind there was nobody behind him, so that's why he fouled him. But it was unnecessary, and it killed the game for United.
Silly one, isn't it?
Silly, yeah, it's a silly foul. He's way too experienced to do that foul there. So it was unnecessary, as I said before, and it killed the inspirations for United to come back against City.
You play that position, that defensive holding midfield, if you like.
Yeah.
You do walk a tightrope there. You have to be so careful, because by the nature of the position, you're probably more likely to pick up bookings than just about any other position on the field.
Of course, you always have to be focused, and you always have to be aware of the situation and also the danger from the opponent. But at that time, you have to play with the referee a little bit. How far can you go? Can you make a foul here, left and right? But I mean, what I said before. He got the experience as a defensive midfielder to know what's going on around him, and that was just a dumb foul, and it killed his own teammates and also the inspirations for United to come back against the City side.
Do you think Solskjaer should have brought him off before that?
I think so, yeah. I mean, that's what I said. The captain got called by the referee. He said you have a last warning, because if you do it again, you get a second yellow and he's off.
But very difficult for Solskjaer when you look at that bench. There wasn't a lot on there to replace Nemanja Matic. I mean, you had one Mata there, but that involved a real change in terms of the way United would play.
Of course, I understand that, but I mean, you know, you're a United player for a reason. So any United players on the bench can also come in and play against City. So he should have known better. And with 50 minutes to go, I mean, what's the risk that you can have? I mean, rather play against a City side with 10 men, or play another player in that position, give another player a chance to prove his wrong. So, I mean, it was just a bad decision at both ends.
For all that, though, is it fair to say the only reason United were still in this was because of City's wastefulness? Dominated possession, 13 shots on the night, only 4 on target. They just, time after time, wasted opportunities.
They wasted a lot of opportunities, especially this one. I mean, there was a great chop back from Raheem Sterling here. I mean, De Gea did well to chase that ball around, but you know, he just pushed his body a little bit further back so he can on underneath the ball and shoot it over. But I mean, this is one of the opportunities. Normally, with the front.
Were you surprised? That was the one thing that Raheem Sterling used to be criticised for, the lack of end product, but it was something he seems to have improved a lot over the last couple of years.
Yeah, he improved, but you know, his stats against United is not the best. He never scored against United. And then this, I mean, Silva just had to pull the trigger and shoot on goal directly and not give it to the Gundogan. I mean, it's like they want to pass the ball or dribble the ball over the goal line.
I don't know who'll be more upset when they see that Harry Maguire for giving it away, or David Silva for not taking the chance.
Not taking the chance to pull the trigger, and you can see Pep's reaction. He knows that was a big chance and a great opportunity, and you know, that's one of the disadvantages of the teams that Pep is playing. You know, on the Pep that you're playing on the Pep is that you always pass the ball regardless, and you can see it in this chance as well. They want to play the ball over the goal line instead of pulling the trigger and just shoot on goal.
But in the end, City through then to that League Cup final again. Let's get some reaction then from the Etihad. Kevin De Bruyne points the gap now to Manchester City. Really is a matter of when, not if, Liverpool finally get their hands on the Premier League trophy for the first time. And West Ham in deep trouble. That game tonight doesn't help at all. Their goal difference just gets weaker by 2, now ahead of Bournemouth by just 1 goal. Watford also on 23 points. West Ham with a very tricky run into the season coming up for David Moyes and co. Club Manchester City, well, they've done everything but score in that first 45.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you know, they got the biggest percentage of the ball possession. They're dominating the game, but the only thing that's missing is a goal. United is playing the game very well. You know, defensive-wise, what we already expected beforehand, seeing the lineup as well, 5 in the back, and it's really hard for City to penetrate the ball, especially in the middle of the park. So they're going with an extra midfielder in the middle, and not with an extra defender as we thought so, but they play with 3 in the back.
Well, Ollie Solskjaer said, didn't he, in the build-up to this game, we'd need a perfect performance. They had to stop City and somehow find a way to get goals in the break, and that's pretty much what they've done in that first 45. The only real chance they've created, Nemanja Matic reacting well to the ball knocked down.
One strike on goal, and you got a goal. So one shot and one goal, and that's all they need. You know, they have to have it from their set pieces and from their counter attacks. I mean, they don't have the same creativity that City has up front. But I mean, you know, when you can score out moments like this is big. This is big for United, and they're leading at the Etihad. And what I said, you know, in football everything is possible, and now as well you can see it's not over, and they fall more in the game than we thought they were.
That said, City should have been out of sight by that point. David De Gea had a really...
thought they were.
That said, City should have been out of sight by that point. David De Gea had a really good first 45 to keep United in this.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, the chances that City created and that they got to score at least one of them. I mean, this is a perfect example of a great chance for City. And when it was not 1-0 up, what is supposed to be 1-0 up with 6 minutes already into the game, it was game over. But by seeing this save, I mean, you see that De Gea has been their best player for the last couple of years.
If City score, is it over?
No, it's not over. No, it's far from over. I mean, you know, this is a warning shot for City here. You know, like with United scoring now and going in the dressing room with a 1-0 lead, United. So it's far from over. Even though with City will score, I mean, United will start coming as well. And I mean, they always got their chances. They always create chances, and they will always score goals at the Etihad. And we've seen that in the first half. So why not in the second half for United?
City then frustrated. David De Gea, I mean, outstanding first 45. City also thought they should have a penalty. Raheem Sterling had the ball in the back of the net. It was disallowed for offside. Yeah. Anything in either of those two?
It's hard, you know. We have to go back to the VAR again. But I mean, the chances that City have, they don't have to rely on the VAR moment. But what I said before, you know, the chances that they have before, they have to get at least one of them in. And this was a perfect play from City, and it was offside.
In normal time, normal speed, that looked on.
It looked on, yeah, but that's what I said. You know, it's just a moment of VAR and whether they see the line. And here we go. Yeah, it was offside. You could give credit to the VAR for this.
So you're a fan of VAR then?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan.
So 1-0 at the break. A 1-0 as well.